party.
Man, he's fast.
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale and get 40% off paints and stains September 19th through the 24th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINC AM Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All right, here we go now. Nice job, Ahmed. Welcome. We are live from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas on a Sunday afternoon. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 156 of 162. That is right, folks. We've got 1 week left. 7 games remain. 5-0 to start this 9-game road trip, and Miami has won 9 of the last 10 games. It's Miami's third 5-game win streak of 2025, and today they are looking for back-to-back sweeps this afternoon. It is Game 3 of this 3-game interleague set between your 75 and 80 Miami Marlins and the 79 and 76 Texas Rangers. Yuri Perez, he tossed 5 shutout in Colorado before a rain delay forced him to halt his outing. He will take the ball for Miami. He'll tie his career high today with 19 starts. Merrill Kelly for the Rangers is trying to play fireman. This Texas team has lost 6 in a row, and with a loss today and a Red Sox win over the Rays, the Rangers would be eliminated. Kelly's going to make his 32nd start of the season and his 10th with the Rangers after being traded over from Arizona here to the Rangers. we will get going at 2:35 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Sunday afternoon with Jack McMullen and Gabby Sanchez. I'm Steven Strom. We've got a wonderful show for you ahead. We will go the distance, and we thank you, as always, for your participation as we set the stage for this series finale between these two teams. We'll first hear from Troy Johnson. We tried to play it yesterday on the postgame show, but we will hear from Troy, who has really turned it up. Last 6 games, 8 for 23 home runs. He's batting .400. We will also hear from Derek Showman in segment 2. Marlins is his assistant hitting coach. This is a Marlins offense that is 7th in team batting average at .252, 6th in hits per game. It has flipped a 180 here in 2025. We'll hear from Showman. We'll get you on the count with Perez and Kelly. Jack will jump in for some storylines. Our Expo question today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. So I do want to share my conversation with Troy Johnson after yesterday's win. And for Saturday's game, this was a 2-2 contest in the 6th inning, and Troy Johnson came up to bat against Jack Leiter, hit a 361-foot home run. He really guided this thing out. This was a line drive. It was a home run in only 12 of 30 ballparks. Here was Troy after that home run. Plus, if you remember, yesterday got a little dicey in that 9th inning with Calvin Fauché, who surrendered 1 run but did not break as the Marlins held on to win 4-3. Troy, what was your advantage and what's going through your mind in that 9th inning?
Honestly, just trying to get a team win, kind of trying to get it all together. I know it kind of unraveled there after that home run, but, you got to give it to Foch. He's a Bulldog. He's going to get the job done. That's why he's out there in that situation. All the praise needs to go to him for doing his job and getting it done.
You guys have won 9 of 10, 5 in a row. What gear is this team in right now?
We're playing good ball, but honestly, it's a testament to just how hard we work. I know there's 7 games left, 8 games left. It's the end of the season, but our playoff hunt is not out of reach yet. There's still a very slim chance that we make it, and so that's what we're hoping for, and that's what we're working towards.
Do you guys feel that, the playoff, that you guys talk about that?
It's never out of perspective. We had that goal, especially in spring training. We talked about it, that we want to be a playoff team at the end of the year. It might come down to game 162. Whether it's this year, next year, the year after, whatever it is. But if we can get a taste of what this winning feels like, we can kind of get on a roll, especially as the team gets older and a little bit more experienced.
How were you able to clip Leiter?
I was looking for something to drive, and he gave me something to hit, something I liked, and ended up going out.
Did you think that was getting out? Did you will that to existence there?
No, I did not. I just try to hit the ball hard, and after it comes off my bat, it's out of my hands.
Congratulations, Troy. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate you.
All right, Troy Johnson, always a good soundbite, and he's been awesome. Again, last 6 games, 8 for 23 home runs, a .400 batting average. And on the year, you look at the numbers, again, small sample size because Troy was called up just recently. 283 on the year for the batting average, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, 781 OPS. And in Jack McMullen's infamous call, we're calling it an infamous call because it was a fantastic call of Troy Johnson's walk-off. He had his Marlins moment. When you think about Troy Johnson's year, you will remember that walk-off home run. He had one of his 2 home runs, first multi-homer game and first career walk-off. That was last week during that, a 10-game homestand, I think. But Troy Johnson back in the lineup tonight. He will bat 6th and play left field. We'll break. Part of the reason why Troy Johnson and company are exploding as the Marlins have won 9 of 10, got to look at the coaches, got to look at the Marlins offense, and that is Derek Showman. I'm going to see if we can promote him to Marlins offensive coordinator because that would be awesome. He's the Marlins assistant hitting coach, but I like offensive coordinator in the game of baseball. We'll talk to Show. We got a couple of cool questions for him. He'll give us some great answers. We'll play baseball at 2:35. It is the final game between the Marlins and the Rangers. Marlins looking to win 6 in a row on the Marlins Radio Network.
Ready for the 1-0. And he rips that one on the ground. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Brian Navarreto plates another run for the Fish. He chugs into second. And how about this guy? 5 years in between big league opportunities. He homered in his first plate appearance back, and he delivers a humongous RBI double to give the Marlins a 2-run lead in the top of the 12th. And the 1-1. That one ripped on the ground. That's eating up the backhand of the shortstop Duran, and that gets into left field for a base hit. Dane Myers plates Navarreto from second, and that's another run across. RBI for Dane. It's 6-3 Fish in the top of the 12th. Jack Leiter with the infield in. First pitch, Troy. He loops into shallow left center field. That's in for a base hit. Otto can practically walk home, and that's an RBI knock for Troy on the first pitch he sees. He got 97 high and tight. He shoved it off the handle of his bat, and it's 1-0 Fish in the top of the second. 2, as Gabby mentioned, infield in. The pitch. Wagaman drills out to left, hanging up on a line for Osuna. He makes the grab. Norby tagging. Throw coming home is not cut off, but it's a little bit offline, and that's a sacrifice fly. Norby comes in from third. Wagaman plates him with a sacrifice fly, and we're tied at 2 in the top of the. We're knotted at 2. First pitch to Troy Johnston. That one ripped out to right field. That's sending Duran back. He's looking up, and it's gone. A line drive got out in a blink. And Troy is absolutely fired up. Tied no more. A solo shot from Johnston on an absolute laser beam. And it's 3-2 Fish in the top of the 6th. In right field. 1-0 pitch. Norby drills high in the sky out to left. Osuna.
Well, it is the 21st day of September, and Marlins Nation, we can scoreboard watch. We can watch what's going on in the wild card situations. The Marlins, they've won 5 in a row, and they do sit 5 back. We've only got a week left in the season. Can you believe it? The Marlins have an off day tomorrow, but then they will open up yet another series on the road, 3 in Philadelphia, come back home and play 3 with the Mets. Mets will wrap up their series with the Washington Nationals. Other teams to look out for as well, Cincinnati in front. There's a lot that needs to happen. Bottom line is this: the Marlins have 75 wins after winning 62 last year. It has been a huge success here in 2025 for so many reasons. But how about the coaching staff? And we've talked about the pitching staff, and we've talked about Daniel Moskis, Alon Leishman, especially over the last couple of days with the calling pitches from the dugout. But let's highlight Derek Showman and Pedro Guerrero and their job, what they've done with this offense. Again, 7th in all of baseball in team average, 6th in hits per game, and the 4th lowest strikeout rate. We got a chance to catch up with Marlins assistant hitting coach Derek Showman. I asked him a couple of questions. I'm going to first start with this. Show, if you had to puzzle your perfect Marlin with plate discipline, with power, with contactability, who would be each player in each category?
Okay, plate discipline is going to be Jacob Marcy for the obvious reasons. It's like that guy's a super tough at bat. He's not going to give in a ton. Even though recently here I want to slap him around on some of these righty changeups, but he's doing a pretty good job. Jacob Marcy for the swing decisions. Contactability has to be Xavier Edwards. Guys like allergic to missing in the strike zone from both sides of the plate. Power. Got a few guys, but I'm going to roll with Stowie. I mean, when Stowie puts the fat part of the stick on the ball, it's usually pretty good, results in doubles or homers. And then just pure swing, like it looks pretty. It looks pretty. You know, when Gus catches it flush, it is pretty, right? With the one-handed, like, helicopter finish, that is a pretty swing. And I think, like, he continues to do his thing, you're going to see a lot of kids at home probably trying to mimic that swing at some point or another. So, yeah.
Jack McMullen segment 4 for his perfect Marlin if we combine plate discipline, power, and contactability. The next question I asked him, and I pose it as this because essentially as coaches, you know that old expression. You give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man how to fish, and he'll eat for a lifetime. I think essentially what you're trying to do as a coach is, yes, like you want to get in front of the team. You want to be able to point out, here's where we can attack this guy. Here's where we need to take away. Here's what we need to stay away from. But essentially, the goal of a coach is really to get your players to get to the point where they feel like they can start to recognize things on film. They can start to, read the way a pitcher is starting to throw at them. So the question here for Derek Showman is, do you feel like anyone in this clubhouse, if you or Pedro Guerrero wasn't there, is there anyone in that Marlins clubhouse that can lead a meeting by themselves in front of the team?
It's a great question. Kyle Stowers is the first guy. He's typically the most vocal during those meetings. He does a really good job with recall, meaning like when we saw that starter, when we saw him previously, what his game plan was individually, but also what we did collectively as a 9-man offense. But it's not just Stowie. I think, like, honestly, there's been a handful of guys this year that have stepped up and done a really good job in those meetings, and that's something that we've tried to encourage. And we're trying to do a better job of creating an environment where they are more likely to talk, because it should be player ran. Like Pedro and I are there as like supplemental context. They're the ones that have to get in the box. They're the ones that have to do the job. So I think like there are a handful of guys that could lead the meeting. Stowey has just been the one that's been most consistent throughout the year and being vocal and kind of taking the charge.
And one of the most impressive things, again, Derek Showman, for me at least, is when the Marlins lost Kyle Stowers, their all-star, the guy that hit 25 home runs, there was a sense of, does this team offensively need to build a different identity? And the answer is no, because this Marlins offense has come alive over the last week and a half, but they haven't changed really anything. It's been about the walks. They walked 8 times against Colorado a couple days ago. It's been about the hits. How about the Marlins are now tied with the Milwaukee Brewers, who have had one of the best records, or if not the best record in baseball right now, with 59 games this season of at least 10 hits. This Marlins offense is clicking, and Derek Showman and Pedro Guerrero deserve a ton of credit for what they've been able to instill into this culture from an offensive standpoint. We will break. We'll talk about the pitching now. You need both. Yuri Perez will go opposite Merrill Kelly. We'll hear from Clayton McCullough as well. Yuri was fantastic on Tuesday in Colorado, 5 shutout, but we'll hear why from Clayton McCullough, and we'll get you out of the count next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Ready for the 1-0. And he rips that one on the ground. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Brian Navarreto plates another run for the Fish. He chugs into second. And how about this guy? 5 years in between big league opportunities. He homered in his first plate appearance back, and he delivers a humongous RBI double to give the Marlins a 2-run lead in the top of the 12th. And the 1-1. That one ripped on the ground. That's eating up the backhand of the shortstop Duran, and that gets into left field for a base hit. Dane Myers plates Navarreto from second, and that's another run across. RBI for Dane. It's 6-3 Fish in the top of the 12th. Jack Leiter with the infield in. First pitch, Troy. He loops into shallow left center field. That's in for a base hit. Otto can practically walk home, and that's an RBI knock for Troy on the first pitch he sees. He got 97 high and tight. He shoved it off the handle of his bat, and it's 1-0 Fish in the top of the second. 2, as Gabby mentioned, infield in. The pitch. Wagaman drills out to left, hanging up on a line for Osuna. He makes the grab. Norby tagging. Throw coming home is not cut off, but it's a little bit offline, and that's a sacrifice fly. Norby comes in from third. Wagaman plates him with a sacrifice fly, and we're tied at 2 in the top of the. We're knotted at 2. First pitch to Troy Johnston. That one ripped out to right field. That's sending Duran back. He's looking up, and it's gone. A line drive got out in a blink. And Troy is absolutely fired up. Tied.
Using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, this is Anthony Bender, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, make sure to listen to your Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome into Marlins on Deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Ahmed Jordan back in the studio. Jack McMullen, he'll join me in the next segment, but of course he has your call with Gabby Sanchez. And again, we are wild card watching on this Sunday afternoon. Cubs have the top spot in that wild card spot. San Diego Padres follow in the second, and the New York Mets right now currently have a 1-game lead over the Cincinnati Reds. Marlins still need some things to break their way. They're 5 out. In front of them, the San Francisco Giants, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and like the aforementioned, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Mets have that top spot or that third spot in the wild card. Okay, let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start with Yuri Perez, 22-year-old right-hander. And this is a big one for Yuri because it will match his previous career high. He'll make his 19th start today, 7-5, a 4.40 ERA, over 86 innings pitched this season, 85 punch-outs to 28 walks. He earned his 7th win on Tuesday in Colorado. He allowed 1 hit over 5 scoreless frames. Again, that rain delay cut it short. 71 pitches, 46 strikes. What'd you think, Clayton McCullough?
Yuri was fantastic. I mean, how quality his breaking stuff was in this environment where typically, spin He doesn't sometimes play, as you're accustomed to. And I thought tonight it was probably as sharp as his breaking balls have been, the ability to miss that he generated. But it all goes back to the strike throwing, his ability to command the count, be in control, was the big thing that we've certainly – when Yuri has had these types of outings, I think that's what you've seen and what he's certainly capable of. So unfortunate that he got cut short there with the rain, but nonetheless it was 5 standout innings from him.
When I asked Clayton McCullough that next day why he thought Yuri Perez's secondary stuff, the spin stuff, was so good, he was perplexed. He was puzzled. He didn't have an answer for me. So it was interesting to mix for Yuri. The four-seamer he threw against the Rockies 31 times, slider 23, sweeper 13. 5 whiffs on the slider and 5 whiffs on the sweeper. He threw 71 pitches and he got 13 whiffs. And I think the big questions for Yuri, does the spin carry over? Because you're thinking to yourself, if it spun really well in Colorado, what's it going to do at regular sea level here in Texas? And then the second part of this, 71 pitches thrown because of the rain delay. He's averaging 82 pitches per game. Does the velo increase? Is he able to get deeper into the game? I guess we shall see. Yuri will make his first career start against Texas and will go opposite 36-year-old right-hander from Houston, Texas, Merrill Kelly. He was bumped up to start today. He'll make his 32nd start of 2025 and his 10th with the Rangers. Remember, Kelly was traded over from Arizona during that trade deadline. He is a rental. He'll become a free agent this winter. But Kelly's numbers are solid. 12-8, a 3.46 ERA, 163 Ks to 48 walks. He did take the loss on Tuesday. It was his worst start with the Rangers. He allowed 6 runs on 9 hits, walked a batter, and threw just 3 frames. He allowed 4 consecutive hits in the fourth. That's where it really unraveled on 12 pitches. 4 consecutive hits on 12 pitches. 6 runs was his highest total allowed since April 3rd, and Kelly has faced the Marlins before this season, faced him twice at Lone Depot Park April 15th, 6 innings of 1-run ball, and then when Miami went to Arizona, they got to him a little bit. 5 innings, 6 hits, and 5 runs. Merrill Kelly, and I'm sure Gabby Sanchez will give you the 4-1-1 on the arsenal. Change-up, four-seamer, cutter, sinker, curveball, slider, and if we're playing bingo, I'm sure Gabby Sanchez will say that Merrill Kelly will throw the kitchen sink at you. Yuri Perez, Merrill Kelly. We'll break. We'll get Jack McMillan on next. We're playing at 2:35 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Step up to the plate with Terminix, the leader.
Ready for the 1-0. And he rips that one on the ground. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Brian Navarreto plates another run for the Fish. He chugs into second. And how about this guy? 5 years in between big league opportunities. He homered in his first plate appearance back, and he delivers a humongous RBI double to give the Marlins a 2-run lead in the top of the 12th. And the 1-1. That one ripped on the ground. That's eating up the backhand of the shortstop Duran, and that gets into left field for a base hit. Dane Myers plates Navarreto from second, and that's another run across. RBI for Dane. It's 6-3 Fish in the top of the 12th. Jack Leiter with the infield in. First pitch, Troy. He loops into shallow left center field. That's in for a base hit. Otto can practically walk home, and that's an RBI knock for Troy on the first pitch he sees. He got 97 high and tight. He shoved it off the handle of his bat, and it's 1-0 Fish in the top of the second. 2, as Gabby mentioned, infield in. The pitch. Wagaman drills out to left, hanging up on a line for Osuna. He makes the grab. Norby tagging. Throw coming home is not cut off, but it's a little bit offline, and that's a sacrifice fly. Norby comes in from third. Wagaman plates him with a sacrifice fly, and we're tied at 2 in the top of the 4th. We're knotted at 2. First pitch to Troy Johnston. That one ripped out to right field. That's sending Duran back. He's looking up, and it's gone! A line drive got out in a blink, and Troy is absolutely fired up. Tied no more. A solo shot from Johnston on an absolute laser beam, and it's 3-2 Fish in the top of the 6th. In right field. 1-0 pitch. Norby drills high in the sky out to left. Osuna is back at the track. He leaps, and that one is gone.
thing. The Wi-Fi isn't great here, so I'm sorry if you don't see Jack. I'm sorry if you don't see me, but at least you can hear our beautiful voices.
Yes.
It is game 3. Marlins looking to make it 6 in a row and sweep the first 2 series on this 3-legged road trip. Jack, I asked Derek Showman. It was awesome to hear from him. I love talking with Show. He is articulate. He is well thought of, and he also doesn't really mess around. He doesn't mince words.
Yeah.
But one of the questions I asked him, if you did have to blend your perfect Marlin, plate discipline, power, and contact ability, he told me it would be Marcy for plate discipline, Xavier Edwards for contact ability, and he would go Kyle Stowers for power. What's Jack McMullen's look like?
It's a great question. And I know Show told you it was a great question. Also, what was his phrase that he used for Marcy? Like, I want to slap him upside the head
with
for
the
some of
change-ups.
swing?
Yeah, the righty
with
change-ups.
the righty change-ups. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And that is quintessential Show, Derek Showman.
Show.
Okay, plate discipline, I'm going to go Marcy.
Okay.
This guy, through his first 50 games in the big leagues, 48 games in the big leagues, has been unbelievable in terms of laying off pitches that are just off the plate. Honorable mention to switch it up from Show. I'll go Liam Hicks, plate discipline as well.
Very good.
Hicks is such professional ABs. He said Xavier Edwards in terms of bat-to-ball ability. I'm right there, but a runner-up, Javier Sanoja. I want to shout out Sanoja. Clayton McCullough has said that Javi has this innate ability to move the ball forward, and I love that. And it seems like Sanoja gets it done situationally every time.
Sure.
And then power, I know Show said Stowers, but who litters the top of the exit velocity leaderboards for the Miami Marlins?
Gus.
Hardest hit baseball of the year goes to Griffin Conine, but like no, I'm not going Griff. I could go Griff, but Griff was 117.4. I think 2 through 10 in terms of the top 10 are all Augustine. So like, okay, I know this guy can pull a ball at 116, and I know he can hit the ball the other way at 106. Like, I'm going to go with that in terms of the power production. And then you asked like prettiest swing. It's probably Stowers.
I'd go Weimer.
Weimer's up there too. Yeah, and in terms of takes on the inside half, I'd also go Weimer.
I like everything that you said. For power, I'd go Wags.
Yeah.
Everything else is good.
Yeah.
I think everything else I would agree with. I think Jacob Marcy is just probably the consensus one for plate discipline just because he's come up here and like made walks look cool.
Yeah.
And then contact ability, I think, you automatically think of Xavier Edwards. I think Javier Sanoja is a great one. I also think of Otto Lopez. Lopez has done a nice job. It feels like whenever he's in a situation where you need to get contact, Otto Lopez is your guy. And then power, yes, you think Stowers, 25 home runs. You think Gus because the exit velo. But when you just look at brute strength, Eric Wagaman comes to mind for me.
Yeah. Eric, not Michael Wagaman. We learned something else. Robert. Eric Robert
And
Wagaman.
he also goes by Bob at times.
Which is a little bizarre.
A little weird. He doesn't look like a Bob. He looks
weird.
like an Eric.
He looks like a Rick.
Does he look like a Rick?
Yeah, Rick Wagaman.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that. All right. Good job, Jack. We will break. The Marlins are looking to make it 6 in a row and sweep the first 2 legs of this road trip. They swept Colorado, looking to sweep the Rangers, and the Rangers are eliminated today with a loss to the Marlins, plus a Red Sox win over the Tampa Bay Rays. They play tonight in Tampa. We'll break Expo question, Steve's guarantee. It's all next on the Marlins Radio Network.
80. Ready for the 1-0. And he rips that one on the ground. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Brian Navarretto plates another run for the Fish. He chugs into second. And how about this guy? 5 years in between big league opportunities. He homered in his first plate appearance back, and he delivers a humongous RBI double to give the Marlins a 2-run lead in the top of the 12th. And the 1-1. That one ripped on the ground. That's eating up the backhand of the shortstop Duran, and that gets into left field for a base hit. Dane Myers plates Navarretto from second, and that's another run across. RBI for Dane. It's 6-3 Fish in the top of the 12th. Jack Leiter with the infield in. First pitch, Troy. He loops into shallow left center field. That's in for a base hit. Otto can practically walk home, and that's an RBI knock for Troy on the first pitch he sees. He got 97 high and tight. He shoved it off the handle of his bat, and it's 1-0 Fish in the top of the second. 2, as Gabby mentioned, infield in. The pitch. Wagaman drills out to left, hanging up on a line for Osuna. He makes the grab. Norby tagging. Throw coming home is not cut off, but it's a little bit offline, and that's a sacrifice fly. Norby comes in from third. Wagaman plates him with a sacrifice fly, and we're tied at 2 in the top of the. We're knotted at 2. First pitch to Troy Johnston. That one ripped out to right field. That's sending Duran back. He's looking up, and it's gone. A line drive got out in a blink. And Troy is absolutely fired up. Tied no more. A solo shot from Johnston on an absolute laser beam. And it's 3-2 Fish in the top of the 6th.
All right, Marlins, they are red hot right now. They're looking to win 10 out of their last 11. We are scoreboard watching on this 21st day of September. Let's go. Marlins have won 75 games, 62 last year, and fired up for Yuri Perez, who just came off 5 shutout against the Colorado Rockies. He will get the ball today for Clayton McCullough's Marlins going opposite Merrill Kelly. Steven Strom here, Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez. Those two have your call in a couple minutes. Got to be quick here. These 35 starts really throw me off. Let's get to our Expo question. We heard from Derek Showman. We know Pedro Guerrero is a headman for the offense. But which coach has the most service time on this Marlins coaching staff? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up.
Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
You know when you just feel someone wanting to say something, and I don't even have to look, and I know Gabby Sanchez this morning told me in the hotel. First thing he tells me, good morning. He's like, I want multiple Steve's Guarantees. I said, you know what, Gab? Fine. You got him. First one, I'm going to go Yuri Perez quality start. He has never faced the Rangers before, so the Rangers have not seen him. And for Yuri, this is a guy that threw 71 pitches, 46 for strikes, so it's not a big workload. He obviously got his start cut because of the rain in Colorado. I like Yuri to have a quality start. Looking at the lineup today, Troy Johnston, extra base hit. Last 6 games for Troy, 8 for 20, 3 home runs, and hitting 400 on the season. Gabby Sanchez, I need a guarantee because you asked me for 3. I'm going to give you 2, but I want Gab's guarantees on the program as well. What do you got for me today, Gab?
All right, I'm going to give you one here. I'm going to go Brian Navarreto.
Let's go.
I'm going to go extra base hit from him. That's my. I like him. He's been swinging it well. Had a home run. Had a big double the other day. Extra base hit.
I love that. I love that from Gabby. Navarrete, first career home run last week. He caught a shutout a couple of days before. And then how about on Saturday or Friday, the big RBI and extra innings? I like that. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Gabby Sanchez, he's always ready to rock. Starting lineups and first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.